Hello friends, so today we're going to discuss the problem C from the latest Codeforces round 690, problem name unique number. This problem seems very difficult, but you just have to write down 2-3 test cases and it will become more intuitive to you as you write down 2-3 test cases. So I'll first read down the question, and then we'll also draw out some test cases to even make it more clear. So you're given the question as it is, that you're given a positive number x. You have to find out the smallest positive integer number that has the sum of the digits equal to x, and all digits are distinct, unique. What it mean by this is, you are given some number x and you have to find out the smallest number such that the number you find out, the sum of all the digits of that number should be equal to x and all the digits should be distinct. So that's the whole problem. As you can see, x is up to 50 only and t is up to 50 also. So they are small numbers, but still you cannot do this in a very brute force way. Okay, so why? I'll tell you why you cannot do this in this brute force way. So first find out that what is the maximum number you can get. Maximum number means that maybe the number can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because all of the numbers or all the digits should be distinct. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you cannot write 10 or 0. You also want to write 0, but adding a 0 will only increase that number. What I mean by increasing means that even if I put a 0 here, then it will only increase the number. If I just write down 2, 3, 4, then the sum of this number and 2, 3, 4, 0, the sum of same, but I have to find out the smallest number. So why should add 0? So adding 0 is not a benefit. So the maximum number you will get is this. If you iterate over every number, then it's very bad, because it's a very large number. You cannot iterate over all the numbers and check that whether the sum of that number is equal to x, so print it out. So it's very bad. Okay, so the next observation can be, what I can do here is, just because I want to minimize the number. Okay, first find out the sum of all these numbers. The sum of all these numbers is 45, and the number I'm given is, as you can see, it's 50. So what you can first observe this means that if x is equal to 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, then the answer is -1, because you cannot find the answer for that, because even if you write down all the distinct numbers from 1 till 9, the maximum you can get is 45. For 46 there is no possible answer. The answer for 46, 47, 48, 49, 50 is -1. Cool. But what about the other numbers? For all the numbers you can find out some possible answer. Now how you can find out the possible answer? See, the observation which I thought about this problem is, why not do it in a greedily manner? Okay, try to find it in a greedy manner. There can be two possible ways. Either I can find the answer using greedy manner, or it is a DP problem, because if I cannot find the answer for greedy, then the answer is automatically DP. And also I'm seeing that the constraints are small, so maybe it is a DP problem. But first try to find it out using a greedy approach. What a greedy approach is, subtract the maximum number I can get. So the maximum number, so let's assume that I want to find an answer from 20, let's assume. So subtract the maximum number I can get, which is 9. So subtract 9 from this. If I subtract 9 from this, I'll put 9 here, and then my next number is 11. Now I want a sum equal to 11. Now I cannot use 9 again, so I should use 8 now. If I subtract 8 from it, then if I subtract 8 from it, I will put 8 here. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Then the number remaining is 3. And then as the number remaining is 3, because it's less than 9, and also this number is, so I know what number I am pointing on, which is 8, and I have already used the numbers 8 and 9. So all the numbers after this number are free to use. Any number I can use. And also, as you can see, this number 3 is ahead of this pointer on which I am. If this number is ahead of this number, which clearly defines that I have not used this number till now, and thus I can use this number already because it's less than 9 and also it's ahead of this pointer. So just use this number 3. And as you can see, this number is the smallest possible, and also this number consists of all the numbers which are distinct. Even if you try to make it more smaller, let's assume that if I want to make this number 2, then I have to shift 1 from this to this numbers, but these are the maximum possible. I cannot shift this. I can only shift this number to here. I can either make this 4, 7, 9, but this will eventually make this number more bigger, and thus you can find out that this is the optimal way. Greedily solution is giving you an optimal answer, and thus I thought that okay, try it out for one more case. Okay, let's assume that I have the number 10. If I have the number 10, then what I can do, I can make out the first number 9 the maximum number I can get out is 9, and then remaining number is 1. Then I can take out the 1 number, and because 1 is ahead of this, I can take out this, so it is 19. So this is also smallest, because even if I shift 1 number from here to here, because I want a total sum to be constant, which is equal to 10, I can even make it like 2 and 8. The sum of this number is 10 and this is 10, but this is smaller. I hope you get my point. So greedily is giving the perfect answer, and thus this is a just simple approach. What you can do here is just keep on taking out the numbers from the end. If this number is greater than this current number, so I just put a pointer like this I. If this current number n is greater than this I, then keep on taking out that number. So I can take out 9, and then the next number is 11. And whenever I come to a point such that my n, after subtracting out a multiple times, my n will become less than 9, so I get an opportunity to use this number as a whole and break out my loop, which means that it can happen that after coming to a point, my I is at this point and my remaining number is 7. Okay, now the number I want to form is 7, but my I is at 5, which means that I have used 7 before. I cannot use 7 as a last number, which means that maybe after doing some iterations, my last number becomes 7s. Okay, now I want to just add 7 and my number total sum will complete out to be the number I want to form. But my I is at 5. I cannot use 7 because it means that I have used 7 before, and thus I should not stop at this point. I will continue subtracting 5 from this number, and then if I subtract 5 from this number, my next number will be 2, and I will add 5 somewhere else. Now as you can see, my I will come at this point, and now the 2 will be smaller than my I. So it means that I have not used 2. So now I can use 2 safely, and then my loop will end. I hope you get the intuition how to solve this problem. I'll show you more with the code part. So as you can see, this is the case which I've told you. If n is greater than 45, because if you sum up the numbers from 1 till 9, it equal to 45. So if the number is greater than 45, then the answer is -1. Else this is a string. So you'll start from I equal to 9 till the 1 number, and then what you'll have to do, you have two cases. The first case is either your n become less than 9, which I've told you, and your n, the number you have to form it is less than or equal to I. I means this pointer. If it's less than or equal to I can safely just make my s add to this number, which I've told you. Like if the n I want to add is 3 and 3 is less than I, so you just have to add that n to the string, which is like convert, because I'm making it as a string. So just add that number to the string, convert that number to string, and make my n equal to 0 and break out, because now my number is completed. Else, if this is not possible, try to again subtract I from n and add this number I to the string, which means that even if my number is, let's assume that 7 is remaining, I cannot take 7 because my I is equal to 5. I cannot take 7 as a number. So what I will do, I will again keep on subtracting that number I from 7. So I will keep on subtracting I, and because I've subtracted that number, I've used that number. So I will increment that number to the following number I am forming. So number I am forming is string, so convert that number to string and add it to the string. And because I'm adding in this format, like as you can see, I'm adding in this format 983, but this is not the answer. We have to reverse it out. So that's what I've done. So in the end, you just reverse out the original string and just print it out. It's a little bit complicated, but if you just draw out some test cases, that what I've done. Like I have also drawn out 2 test cases, and just I found out that this is a greedy approach, and that's what you can do also. I hope you understand the logic as well as the code for this problem. If you still have any doubts, you can mention down in the comment box. I'll see you next one. Keep coding. Bye.